All right, everybody, welcome to the Frankly Fabucast live from the fabulous plaza here, beautiful downtown New York, the greatest city of the 20th century. Let's say. All right, I mean it's 90 degrees. It's a little bit cloudy, but it's not too humid, so it's not. I haven't put my air conditioners yet. My neighbors are putting their air conditioner. Although I did air conditioner my face, you may have noticed. I ventilated it. Got the ventilation. Installed the ventilation. Ventilated it. So yeah, I'm beardless. I'm young again. Somebody told me the other day I could pass for 28, and look, a day over 28. So it's amazing what losing 10 pounds of ugly fat off your face and neck will do for you. I mean, it's been good. I feel good. Like, as you can see, I got the guns out. I'm in summer. It's summer. I mean, summer just leaped in to our arms. We weren't necessarily. Here comes a guy in tie dye, for Christ's sake. We weren't intending this per se, But it was Wavy Graves' birthday. Happy birthday! He's 80 something, and then it's Bob's birthday tomorrow. Bob is turning 80, May 24th tomorrow. So happy prelated birthday to Bob, to Robert Allen Zimmerman, the greatest artist of the last 60 years. Probably, I would say. Yeah, so I don't know. It feels very summery. It's like a thick New York heat. It's got that beautiful New York kind of. It smelled like autumn. That's what I thought to myself when I left the house. It's like it smells like leaves and trash. And I had kind of a close mystical encounter. Just another day in the life of Frankly Fabulous. Yesterday in Washington Square Park. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out how to, interact with people, how I want to engage. I don't know. I don't necessarily know that I trust this full reopen thing. Like, I was walking around last night. And okay, patios, that's one thing. But I'm looking at these bars. The bar's full of people. It's like, I'm not going into a bar, 70, let's say it's 80% capacity. I mean, there was a line of people to get in, so I imagine they were at capacity. I don't think it's even limited. Maybe it is still at this point. Not wearing masks. Like, I'm vaccinated. Most other people are vaccinated, but and the other thing is the bars close at midnight. So like the whole trajectory of my night was off. I went out and I'm thinking, how deep into the heart of the city and the heart of the night do I want to go? And I'm like, well, I'm going to 4 a.m. because the bars in New York City are open to 4 a.m. So this kid looks like kind of a shooter. He looks like an active shooter. I've got my eye on him. So I'm like, yeah, I'll go out to 4. And the thing is, when I'm in Manhattan, it's like, I mean, I could take the train home. That is an option, but I try to keep it within walking distance. I don't really like to get on the train even yet. So, about as far as I can go is maybe Chinatown. And it's like, I don't know, school's out too. Now there's all these there was all these graduations this week. Everybody's in gowns. So school's out. So like now Washington Square Park is about 80% less people. Same with Tompkins Square Park. There's so many less people now that school's out. It's crazy, actually. I was thinking, oh, the weather's nice. Like, Washington Square Park's going to be packed. Tompkins Square, because it has been the past couple months, it's just been like the whole fucking green is just like populated with NYU kids or, FIT kids or new school kids or whoever. And they're gone. I mean, it's crazy. Like Washington Square was yesterday was Saturday. And it was like, there was a lot of people there. But, I mean, a few weeks ago, it was just like on those lawns, you couldn't even sit. There was so many people. It was just people everywhere. So it's like, I don't know where to go to hang out. The East Village is like, I like the East Village. It's a little bit further away. I mean, getting from 6th Avenue past 2nd Avenue into like Avenue A. That's kind of a big. There's not a whole lot going on. It's a no man's land, as far as nightlife type things. There's not even really. There's some restaurants. The Strand is there. I mean, all of the shit south. I think of in my show is like become like a psychogeography of downtown New York. Anything between 6th Ave and Broadway, south of like 8th Street, and between Houston, to me, that's like Greenwich Village. And that's like very campusy. It's where those chess shops are, the Bitter End, Wicked Willie's, all these like touristy kind of jammed out vibey chops, very chop heavy, funk rock, blues, the kind of remnants of the transmogrification of Greenwich Village music identity over the past, I mean, for a long time, but definitely post Hendrix kind of electric, most of the music down there and stuff, I would say. And so it's, I don't know, it's also very college and very touristy. So it's like, I mean, La Poisson Rouge is there, but now that all the students are gone, it's like the biggest place to party, honestly, is Washington Square Park. Like, that's where the freaking rave is, especially this year. I mean, there's a lot of bands playing there. So that's kind of what I've been doing. I've just been kind of walking around, digging the streets, as it were, as you do, checking out bands, just playing in Tompkins Square. I'll check out this jazz band. Yeah, I'll check out these fucking dudes playing Rage Against the Machine and fucking south of the Fountain in Washington Square Park. Or there's a pretty good jazz band I saw yesterday with the saxophone guy in a bucket hat. And there's a good band that actually plays here sometimes. An upright bass, guitar, drums. But the guitar player is this older guy that plays kind of like really funky, lo-fi rock and roll type. He understands the roll and rock and roll and the kind of jazzy undertones, but also the kind of gritty New York kind of bones, swordfish trombones, the kind of post no wave, just the sound of the gnarly kind of folk streets and, Music Inn, that place on 4th Street with all those fucking crazy xylophones and shit. Primitive sounds, garbage can lids, stomp. That kind of bone rattling. Arto Lindsay. The combo that plays here usually, the trio. They've got kind of that, this is something Keith Richards said about rock and roll. He's like, you can keep the fucking rock. I'm sick of the rock. There's too much goddamn rock. The roll is what they've lost. The roll is the thing in the 50s that you hear. All these New Orleans records or Little Richard. This kind of R&B, jump blues. When it was morphing from R&B and jump blues into the kind of more kicked in, quicker, more impactful, more in your face kind of rock and roll. It has this kind of like shuffle, this kind of toe tapping, like jazzy shuffle, that got some downloads going on. Let me check on my downloads. Okay, my upload's complete. All right, we got some new episodes premiering this week. Make sure you check those out if you're out there watching. I mean, it's just a totally scrambled timeline. I've got episodes premiering tomorrow night and the next night. The Paul Mooney tribute episode's good. I've got some new cameras that I'm working with, so they've got kind of cool visual. Lloyd Price, where you at? This Tinder girl I matched with, or Hinge, I'm sorry. I just call them all Tinder. That's how good Tinder's brand is. They're the Uber of dial up Dial a date. Tinder. This girl asked me what songs I've got on rotate or have been listening to over and over and over again. Where You At? Where You At? By Lloyd Price. That's kind of a jump blues. That's the roll. You know, that's the roll part. The rock part is the blah. Here I am. Rock you like a hurricane. Keith says, yeah, you can't find the roll. You can't find roll part, except where does it exist? He says in little bars in the Midwest, where I grew up. That's where you find rock and roll. So I don't know. I think I understand a little something about the roll part. That's kind of what I'm interested in. So this girl was asking me what I was listening to. I told her that song, the song Wheel of Fortune, which I mentioned in the Paul Mooney episode. The wheel keeps spinning, spinning, spinning. I could not stop winning. Winning, winning, winning. Let the Wheel of Fortune spin. And she's like, oh, you like retro music. It's like, I don't know. All the music I like is for old people. Then she sent some shit that was just like super hipstered out, just garbage. I didn't respond to any of it. It's too fucking much rock. Not enough roll. So I don't know. I wasn't really vibing, but I was vibing with this girl yesterday. So I'm just kind of walking around. I don't know what to do. It's Saturday. We're in the post-pandemic. We're set loose. I don't know anybody. All my friends live in Brooklyn. I don't want to talk to them anymore. I've cut them out of my life. I'm trying to make new friends, but shit really isn't that open. Like there was a reading today I should have gone to in East Village, but I was all the way on Avenue C. So I'm on 9th Avenue. Avenue C is 9 avenues plus 3, so it's 12 blocks. I don't know. It's 90 degrees out. I'm wearing my tank top. I should have gone to the reading, but basically, I don't know. I've just been walking around, looking at people on patios, looking at all the people outdoor dining, seeing what they're about. And sociological. But now that we're vaccinated, we're unmasked, we're unmuzzled. I heard one guy say that. Pandemonium. It's pandemonium gone wild here. It feels like you can sort of engage with people again, and maybe I can actually sort of interview people. So I'm starting to connect with that. That's what I plan to do this week. Connect. So now I'm just like, I realize like it's pointless to go in all these bars. You can't really do it right now. They close at midnight. Even like fucking Standard Beer Garden right here. It's like they have a certain capacity. I tried to get this fucking island over here that they just built. Diller Island or whatever the fuck it is. They named after the guy who paid $250 million for it. But even that's like, you have to have a timed ticket to get in. You have to have a timed entry because of fucking, even though it's outdoors. So it's just like, I don't know. Washington Square Park is kind of like the dopest place to go, frankly, because it's just, that's where people, it's traditionally a locus of psychedelic activity. I'm sure a lot of people have gone there to trip. It's right down the street from McDougal Street, among other things. So if you live in the Village, I was reading Michael Lawley's Village Sonnets. I was revisiting Michael Lawley, Another Way to Play, yesterday. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Tracking the psychogeography, the song lines, the walks around Lower Manhattan, Chelsea, into West Village, into Greenwich Village, into East Village, Lower East Side, Alphabet City, Tompkins Square, and back again. And he talks about some dudes he knew on 3rd Street near Thompson. Their apartment was $30 a month for a 2-bedroom in the 50s. That's a block from Washington Square Park, literally. How dope would that be? Literally, you can just roll out of bed and fucking you go over to Washington Square Park. There's tourists coming in, people playing guitars. Everybody's high. Shitloads of people. That's where people go to smoke weed and do psychedelics. And, I just ordered this book yesterday. Maxwell Bodenheim, My Life in Loves in Greenwich Village. Is he going to fucking sprinkle on me? I don't think so. They won't allow it. The guys won't allow an interruption to this live stream. It's too important. It's too crucial for all the frankly fabulous little acolytes out there. They need it. They need to check in. They're going, what's Frankly Fabulous been doing? We got to know. He hasn't been live streaming. He's out in the world. He's having adventures. He's meeting ladies. He's reading poetry. He's engaging with life again. We're back. We're able to talk to people. We're able to just wander and flaneur. Feel like Baudelaire. Just wandering the boulevards, sitting in sidewalk plazas, public. They won't let me on the island. They won't let me in the bar. Am I going to go to Brass Monkey, where there's, hundreds of frat bros, diseased people, probably unvaccinated? I want to go to a dance party. I want to go to an outdoor dance party. Where is it? Is it on the roof of Brass Monkey? Is that where I should have gone last night? It's blocks from my house. This is literally the perfect. In 2012, 2013, I was here all the time. Now I'm 9 blocks away. It's like, oh my God. I need to go into the Standard Beer Garden. I need to go into La Ban. I need to go into Brass Monkey, that funky monkey, and pull. But I didn't. Reader, I did not. I went to Washington Square Park. I wandered around, being a pothead, and my endless revelry. And what's still wrong with that? These girls keep saying pothead. I see nothing wrong with that. I shave my beard. I'm ready to be a upstanding citizen. Who? It's legal. How much is that going to change the culture here? The fact that weed is legal now. I think that's a huge victory for Frankly Fabulous and the movement. I think it's going to be easier to psychedelicize. We can be the Ferris Bueller to their Cameron. They're catatonic. They're Asperger's. They're programmers. They don't know how to enjoy life. They just sit there. They don't know how to, they're catatonic. It's modernity. Ferris comes in. He's got style. He has elan. Joie de vivre. He's a beetle. He's the walrus. He's Beat City Downtown. He's a flower pot man. He's the Clash. He's Che Guevara. I wanted to talk about Che Guevara stickers. Is Limousine Socialism the Che Guevara sticker of the 2010, the Trump era? Che Guevara sticker. Rage Against the Machine is like the Che Guevara sticker of bands. You don't really see Che Guevara stickers anymore, but for a while, that was like everything. Everybody had a keychain or a T-shirt or a red. My ex's dad said I reminded her of Che Guevara. I'd say at best, the best thing I could possibly hope to be. I think Che Guevara's legitimately a giant. He might be the one that fought back in a real serious way. He did it all. He wrote poetry. He wrote his motorcycle diaries. Che Guevara is the ultimate, but he's been devalued and turned into this crypto NFT of style for lame finance bros, just like Rage Against the Machine. The people destroying the copier. The people taking a baseball bat to the printer. The Office Space. Kill this piece of shit. Why does it say there is paper jam? Fucking Rage Against the Machine. Rage against that fucking Hewlett Packard. That combo fax scanner printing unit. I want to go back in time and do my Tinder dates again because I feel like I would have had. I've gotten this kind of bitter attitude because the drought continues, the slump continues. I'm 0 for 4. Well, I'd say I got a single. So I guess I'm 1 for 4. I'm batting .250. That's not bad. That's better than the Yankees were doing. But now that I've got this, this face, I've reconstructed my face like John Travolta and Nicolas Cage. I feel like I would have done a lot better. I'd probably be batting 800 or 1,000. Probably be batting 750. So can I go back? I don't know. Now I'm having trouble setting these dates up, and I'm getting kind of frustrated because is everybody having COVID fuckfest but me? Is everybody out there just in some big bacchanalian flesh? Oh, okay. I scared my viewer away. I said COVID fuckfest, and there goes my viewer. My one viewer. I'm just kidding. Come on. It's a joke. It's a serious joke. They left too. I think it's just that time. There's something astrologically happening. Some planet just moved into some new thing. It's not my fault. Let me check my downloads real fast. Okay, processing. 22 minutes left, 10 minutes left, and 8 minutes left. All right, fantastic. This is my office. Frankly fabulous. The free Wi-Fi. They're probably sucking up all my identity and my valuable information. Man, the person really left because they said COVID fuck fest. Unbelievable. I think it's a great... I don't think it exists. I think it's a conspiracy. I think everybody's uptight. Nobody's good enough for anybody else. People are afraid of intimacy, like my friend said. Nobody really wants... I mean, even hookups, the intimacies, it's not intimate. It's like this blind, drunken, purely below the waist. I mean, there's a lot of sucking and touching, but like it's not intimate, really. I mean, I don't know. The balance of that. It's very hard to meet somebody halfway. Either they like you, you don't like them, or vice versa. It's very hard to be mutually attracted to somebody. I don't know why. I don't know why they designed it that way. You'd think there would be a lot more people that we would be interested in who would be interested in us. But it's, I mean, and like, not to be, but I consider myself, especially now that I don't have a beard, I'm like a pretty, attractive person. And look at me. I'm desperate. I'm obsessed. I'm a complete, I'm the horniest man alive. I'm sorry. But it's been a few years and we've been in a pandemic. Come on. Everybody's pretending like it's just like, oh, we're just indifferent. We're apathetic again. We don't care. We're above it all. I look at people who are eating in restaurants. They look so bored. It's like you just spent a year bitching about how you couldn't do this. And now you're like, you're over it. I don't know. People don't know how to actually like celebrate and enjoy life. I think Instagram is like is a potent surrogate for that. Like you don't really need to. I don't know. Maybe I put too much pressure on it. By it has to be some big musical number or something, or larger than life like production sequence, or art stunt, social behavioral poem. Yeah, why not? My life is a poem, so fuck you. Okay? The walk is the poem. I realized that yesterday. Every walk is a poem. They're the same. Where you go, how you do it, the rhythm, the meanderings, the paths you take, how long you go in a certain direction, then you turn, and then you turn again. Those are enjambments. Those are ends of sentences. Those are cessuras. Those are line breaks. What you see, what you hear, what you smell, what you do. The cities. I just got this amazing Paul Blackburn book, The Cities. But they're a compilation. Your eye, your nose, your mouth, your ear, your touch. It's fragmented, and you recompose it in a kind of cubist mosaic in your psyche, in your memory, in your mind, in your conscious, in your unconscious, in your waking life. Here I am broadcasting. People look at me. They don't like to engage. The cities of your perception. And I can't, am I avoiding? I think we're all thawing out. We're like working our way back into this. We're trying to figure out, other people are going out with their friends. I was away from New York, and, my whole social life that I had for the past since 2017 was completely bound up in my ex. She wouldn't really let me have my own friends. So I, would, and, so I'm not only reconnecting from a year ago, I'm trying to kind of pick up the pieces from wherever I can. And right now there's just kind of spread everywhere. It's like there's no events. That's typically how I work. I go to open mics, I go to venues, I start conversations with randos, and I build networks that way, like a fucking bird. Or just like, I don't know, that's how the world works. That's what it's all about. It's not about networking. It's just about, you know I don't know, going through the world, meeting people, seeing what they're doing. Poets, artists. So it's harder to do that now. I was trying to set up a reading for next week because my friend's going to be out of town from LA, and I don't know. I mean, I don't even, the relationships that I had kind of went, it's a little harder to reconnect because it's like, I haven't talked to them in a long time. They kind of, not like they went dead, but it's like, in order to jumpstart, I'm going to have to do it in person. I'm a lot better in person. Like my magazine is like this too. I'm trying to put together next issue of my magazine, but it's like, I need to meet people in person. I need to, like, that charisma, that kind of in person, this is another form of rejection, having people get on my live stream and then just leaving. Like, I work really hard at this. I think I am very entertaining and very watchable, and way more so than any other podcast or web stream that I've seen. I mean, there's not a lot of bells and whistles. It's all mental. It's all imaginary. It's all in your head. But I don't know. Should I just fucking film the fucking street and just talk over the street? Would that be better? Let's see what that's like. I'll just kind of talk from here. You can just look at the random, but I'll keep talking. Maybe that'll get more viewers. Nobody wants to see my fucking ass. Am I still going? Yeah, I am. Am I using the right? I hope I'm using the right microphone. Yeah, I think I am. It's just being quiet or something. Shit. There you go. There's a streetscape. I'm also just trying to figure out the pace and the rhythm of my life and shit. It is a lot of physical effort I live on the 4th floor, so to go down those stairs out into the city, hoof it, like I said, the East Village 45 minutes away, even Washington Square Park's 20 minutes away, fucking, schlepping groceries home, schlepping, you name it, fucking carrying an Oxford English dictionary, my tripod. So that was Wednesday. Today's Sunday, and I walked a lot Friday and Saturday. So I didn't have a Tinder. I went on a Tinder date on Monday. That was before I shaved the beard, so it didn't really work out. And then I didn't have anything else set up, so I kind of got behind. I was trying to reconnect with my friend Jenna, and just like, because I've been going on these Tinder dates, I'm trying to like balance it and like be more fucking just connect with my friends, the friends I do have, like my friend Greg I want to meet up with, my friend Eli I need to meet up with, but I'm also just kind of enjoying my solitude and I just enjoy walking around these neighborhoods by myself. It's not a bad thing to do as I go, and I'm sort of I'm figuring out how to engage publicly as a performer, an artist. I'm not diving into it maybe like I should, but like the other day, I was, even being in Washington Square Park, I'm sort of putting together like, okay, I could just bring my camera here and make a show. I could just do an episode. It's such a wormhole. It's easy to kind of pass through there and just kind of sit on a bench and kind of graze the day, the nice spring, or it's a whole other thing to like, just like kind of take up residence, and just spend the whole day talking to people, just going down that rabbit hole and like talking to the people who are there. playing guitar, smoking, whatever, just like giving yourself totally over to digging the streets. I mean, I wish I had. Yeah, I'm back. I'm just I'm gonna check my uploads. Okay, complete processing. All right, they're all done. Sweet. uh we're at 62%. I don't know. I'm building a library for my friends, the handful of people I have that do watch this. If they do, they can sample it wherever they want. I want just like huge platters of talk and discussion, just huge helpings, heaping helpings of my thought and my mind, so they can reconstruct me digitally and project me into the future immortally with regenerating cells, regenerative tissue. I read Ben Fama's Fantasy this week. That was pretty influential. I'm trying to contemporize, and after living in modernity or modernism, living in the 50s, and I still live in the 50s. I'm trying to I got My Life in Loves in Greenwich Village by Maxwell Bodenheim on its way. I got Paul Blackburn, The Cities. So I'm trying to tailor mead. I'm trying to Jack Michelin, and just I do feel like a true poet of Greenwich Village. And Bob Kaufman, Kerouac, of course, the West Village in particular. E.E. Cummings. Michael Lawley talks about how he saw E.E. Cummings in Washington Square Park wearing a beret. The year he died, 1964, I think. I don't know. I find myself on this side of the island, so that's what I'm deep diving on and trying to become. I don't know. Washington Square Park, I feel like, is more of a tourist cipher. Tompkins Square, I'm not really sure if people who come to New York really know what that is, unless they're hip and they are into the East Village. It really is, personality-wise. You can tell Tompkins Square Park is totally East Village. It's funkier. It's post-punk. It's West. Washington Square Park is more, I don't know, like Henry James kind of flavor. There's more. It feels more green. There's more trees. The big fountain. It feels kind of more stately, more like Arc de Triomphe, George Washington. This big kind of grand. Maybe not great. There's like a petite grandeur to the whole West Village. Honestly, the kind of Bohemia and Parisian. Marcel Duchamp on the Washington Square Arch or whatever, launching balloons. That's an older. All that energy migrated to the East Village more or less after the 60s. But, I mean, that goes back a long way, over 100 years. So that's kind of what I'm studying. But also trying to bring to the present moment. So I see these people in Washington Square Park who are like, they'll write you a poem for free for you give them money, or they didn't have typewriters, but they have tables. And one of them said, one of them was the Park Poet. He's got 10,000 Instagram followers. And then the other one said, I think, asked me for a poem or something. And they were right next to each other. And I'm thinking I should do this. And I looked at their poems, and they're terrible. They're just fake pseudo-emotional crap. So I'm like, I should put up a fucking table that says good poems, because I could write people some really good shit. If you're a tourist coming to New York, I'm going to give you the real shit. I'm not going to give you some fake Instagram garbage. This is real New York school, real authentic technique, real art. This isn't just some fucking hack social media profile. So I'm kind of trying to figure out logistically what to do about that. How exactly I got to get a table, I got to get a sign. A lot of those poets have like typewriters. So I got to figure out what my aesthetic is going to be. Like, could I just write it in my notebook and then just like tear it out, give it to them? I got to get a social media account so they follow me on social media. So I built, but like Washington Square Park, to be honest, I think it's a good, because you just have people coming through there. So it's like you can hold still and the audience comes to you, you know, like I'd love to have a show. I'd love to book, you know, something in, well, I don't even know. I don't even know if I'd play an indoor gig. Like I saw the band my ex played with, Henry Flower. Oh, God. That dude was playing. It's like, I'm sure it was packed. He's indoors. They're all wearing their cult costumes and all that, you know. It's like those are the people that are going to get the gigs. Those are the people that. So I like the idea of doing it on the streets. I guess I've been kind of gathering my resources. Now I've got my guitar. I got to restring it. I'm getting the PA this week. But it also feels like kind of the fucking performing on the streets energy is like maybe not the move anymore. Now it's like everybody's back indoors. So it's like, I don't know. I feel like I could use the PA at least for the summer. But I also do feel like I'm a little bit late to the fucking, I don't know. It's just like that's how it works, I guess. As it was dangerous and as it was something that, you know, we couldn't do, like it became the only venue. But now that it's, you know, things are going back to normal, which is, I don't know. It's just, I don't know. Really, people want to go back to work. You know, like what was so great about, I mean, I don't mind doing shit in venues. I like doing shit in venues and stuff, but like outdoor shows are sweet. In fact, people are doing shows like on lawns in Washington Square Park or McCarran Park or community gardens. Like, fuck yeah, keep it up. That's awesome. So I don't know. I mean, I'm trying to get my amplification situation worked out. What's this guy? Oh, he's trying to parallel park in this cab. It's like right up his ass. Should I throw another angle? Do people want to see a different angle, or it's nice to change it up a little bit. Yeah, that's cool. I don't know. I mean, nobody books me on shit, you know? People aren't really beating my door down to book me at shows or readings, so you got to make your own work. As usual, that's what I've done here for the past fucking half decade. Book my own parties and make my own work. So that's what I will continue to do. I don't know. I need to like get back into film. I haven't made a new episode with my camera in a couple weeks. I got to do that. So I got all my cameras together. So I'm experimenting with those. Look for some exciting new aesthetic options. Like I said, we got some episodes premiering coming up tomorrow and Tuesday, 9 p.m. or maybe even 10. It's like late night. I feel like I'm good late night. So check out some new looks, some food for thought. I don't know what's in the news. I feel like I've talked too much about. Now I have personal life things to share. So yesterday, you know, I don't know. Probably a lot of people feel this way in New York. This is probably not an uncommon state of mind or being. We're just like, you're here, you're in the middle of it, and yet it's so hard to find people to connect to. And you know, you go out among the populace, and you're kind of anonymous, but there's a crowd, and there's a you know, it makes you feel a little bit less alone. But it's also hard to kind of angle your way in to an interaction or a relationship or an adventure, but also the ability to sort of, you know, especially when you're on a cruise or, you know, like I was last night, I would say, or an amble or a noctamble or a a derive, to use the situationists. You kind of just, you enter in and out of interactions and moments. It is like a collage of, various little. So like last night, right, I ended up meeting this. I'm in Washington Square, just kind of, I don't know, I was waiting to have a conversation with somebody, to be honest. I was just trying to see where that moment was going to open up and how, and and like I'm still being a little timid about it because, like I said, there still is a pandemic and nobody's wearing masks, and it is Washington Square Park, so it's like kind of a possibly grody, possibly infectious, place to be. Maybe, I mean, it's young kid. It's a lot of them are college kids and stuff, so their hygiene or whatever, they're still figuring that out. So I don't really feel that totally free to just like engage fully with whoever. And I'm just, we've been inside for a year and I'm just not used to, I don't know how it works anymore, approaching people or trying to start conversations or anything. So I smell rain. God damn it. These fucking weather apps on these goddamn phones, man. I'm always looking at them to tell me what is going to happen, and they're never right. Okay, somebody texted me back on Hinge. Let's see what this is about. Okay, well, phone says no rain, so I guess we'll go with that. Man, this really amazing girl reached out to me. Oh, yes. Oh, my God. She texted me back. She said they're from Don DeLillo from White Noise. Oh, my God. That's perfect. That's even. I mean, I don't like White Noise. I mean, I do. White Noise is like the most basic of Don DeLillo because it's just what everybody gets assigned in college. You got to read the names. Americana's great. Libra, of course. Underworld, of course. Mautu, phenomenal. Don DeLillo's my favorite white guy of that generation, I would say. Like of like pop level novelists. Like Don DeLillo is a New York Times front page interview. And I got to say, the interview the New York Times did with him last year was horrible. They should have let me interview Don DeLillo because it was terrible. They didn't get any fucking answers or anything out of him at all. But that girl's really cool. So I do want to match with her. She's 5'7" though, so we'll see. I don't have a problem with that. I have no problem with that. I'm totally fine with that. Uh-oh. Felt a little bit of a sprinkle. Fuck. Why did they took the umbrellas down for some reason? Because they close everything early. They want people to get the fuck out of here. So they close the bars at midnight. So like my night just ended. It was just weird. Everybody kind of disappeared, But I'm in Washington Square Park, and there's kind of a lot of people, but not as many as there was. Like I said, I forget how it happened exactly, but this girl kind of just materialized, and this kind of moment, we just kind of like locked in without even really saying anything. And oh God, do I really want to tell this? I told this story earlier in a private conversation. It's hard to do it twice because I literally just told the whole fucking thing. So now I'm like thinking about, oh God, it's gonna be. I gotta talk about this and this and this. But anyway, we kind of stood there non-verbally for a second, and I'm just thinking, I probably should have just like gone with that because I was high. But I don't know. I just started. Oh God, it's just so painful to tell the story again. It turns out the girl's tripping. She's there with her friends, and I don't know if she was on acid or mushrooms, but I was pretty attracted to her. And like, it just kind of, you know, the moment kind of opened up. She's like, your energy's great. Oh my God. I just feel so good. And I was like, well, that's a good sign. This girl that's tripping, like, you know. But I was kind of like, you know, are you with your friends? Like, you're here in Washington Square. Are you cool? Like, you know, I was just trying to make sure that, you know, she was cognizant. And she's like, oh, I lost my purse. Well, it was weird because we're standing there and there was like this huge crowd of people around the fucking fountain. And I couldn't really tell what the fuck they were watching. Like, the fountain was on. So I'm like, I don't know. Is there a band playing in there? Are there people in the fountain? Like, what the fuck? You know, why is this fountain like surrounded by people and they're all? It was very like crowd energy, you know, like, which after a year of being, you know, more or less in pieces as human beings and separate. And especially on the streets, in a public street, and especially in New York, you know, with these walls that the sound kind of reverberates off of and shit, like any kind of like mob feels kind of scary and kind of intense, but also kind of real and attractive. So like, you know, people saw this and they're kind of attracted to it, and they're like walking over to kind of find out what it is. And so I did too. And I think that's where I like ran into this girl. And it was just kind of like, I don't know, just our energy. Most interactions are energetic, really. And the verbal is kind of a scheme or a you know, way, a code to sort of code switch into that. But, you know, this interaction, I could have just left nonverbal and it probably would have been a lot better. Because I started talking about all this logistical shit and literal figure, you know, kind of detail-oriented shit, and like took her away from her kind of blissful high, maybe. And her trip. I mean, I don't know. When you're tripping in Washington Square, it's just like, just go with it, man. You know, we don't need to be so fucking like careful about everything. You know, we're in a post-pandemic. The world's gonna end. We might as well jump out of the fucking airplane and like have a great fall. And hope that the shoot fucking triggers. I think it will. I think the shoot will trigger on the human race. I don't know when or how, but right now we're just in free fall. Just enjoy it. And just don't be so protective. Everybody's so protective. It's like, what the fuck? We just spent a year on Zoom. Like, let's fucking fuck the formalities. Like, let's just get real. Let's get down. Let's get face to face. Let's go for it, man. You know, like, oh my God, aren't you just like hungry for intimacy and companionship and real moments, face to face moments? This guy's like fucking stacking all these chairs and shit. Apparently I'm the only one. Everybody else is just back to like poker face, unenthusiastic. Oh, nah, whatever. No, thanks. No. Oh my God, no. I have to go find my friends. Where are my friends? So we're standing there and we're kind of having a moment, and like I like hugged her. We're kind of holding each other. You know, it's been a fucking year. Like, come on. Like, this is what feels organic. Not for me to back up and be like, wait a minute, who are you? What's going on? Just like, no, let's just hug, for Christ's sake. We're two human beings. And I kissed her. We kissed. And so we're standing there. And all of a sudden, the fucking crowd just starts like running. You know, like it's running the bulls or something. The mob just starts like stampeding. And I grab her and I'm like, we got to go. I didn't grab her. I just like, you know, was kind of like, we got to go. And all, you know, it was like a fucking action movie or some shit. Like literally, you know, it was like 9/11 footage or something. Like all these people are running at us. So I'm like, oh my God, what's going on? Is there a fucking active shooter? Like, what is this? What's going on? So we start running, and it kind of separates us. And I don't even know what happened. I think there was like a protest. I think there was there was a lot of people chanting "fuck 12." So I think there was like a protest that had ended up there. So there was a lot of cops. All of a sudden, there was a heavy police presence. I don't know. Washington Square is where a lot of that stuff kind of plays out. God, this guy's really doing this right behind me. So I ended up finding her again, and like, I don't know. She kept talking about like her crush. There's some guy she had a crush on, and her crush left. She didn't want to hurt her crush by like, getting with another guy or something. And I don't know. I guess I don't. It's just like, I don't know. If you don't really have an emotional thing going on, like I think we had an energy. I think she was tapped in. I have this with a lot of people where like people that are high or tripping or whatever, psychedelic people generally dig my, I don't know. I probably have a high vibration, right? That's what that means, is I have a high vibration. Most people don't think so, I guess. They're low vibration. That's their fault. They can't, I'm high vibe, they're low vibe. That's on them. That's why I don't resonate with 95% of fucking people that the people traveling personality hinge. The girls who just travel, the Google drone bots, the tech people, the finance people, even the creatives are pretty bland on the whole. They're all pretty unoriginal. Or they think they're hot shit. If you're any kind of a successful art person, you think you're just totally hot shit. So I don't know where I fit in there. I'm high vibe. People need to get on my level. I'm a peasant. I'm a peasant in the attention economy. If attention is currency, and I think it is, because ads are how they make money, I am a peasant. But I have good friends that are somewhat interested in what I do. Oh my sweet Jesus. I got my people watching episode. That's one of the best. Check that one out when it premieres. People watching. I like being outside. I like being an outsider. I don't know how to have social status and social proof and clout and do both. Trying to figure it out. I like being able to walk around in anonymity and have conversations with strangers. But it's just, God, it's a zero-sum game. Every time you talk to somebody in public, they don't know who you are. You got to start from zero, and it's just a lot of work. And these dates are the same thing. It's just like every fucking date you start from zero, and it's hard to even get that far. It's hard to even get to go on a date, and just not getting anywhere, restarting every fucking time. It's exhausting, That's why with the dates, I just try to have fun. I wish the girls were more fun. It's programmatic. It's all programmatic. It's usually the same thing. You got to jump through the same hoops. And the shortcuts are so stupid. It's just social clout. If you have 10,000 Instagram followers, I don't know how to build that. Clearly. I don't know how to package anything. My forms are organic and loose. They're pour overs. Like Dennis Miller, babe. Bam, 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 bam. Bam, 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 bam. But from the 80s, when he was, before he became a psycho. All right, where are we at? Where are you at? Where are you at? Where are you at? Where are you at? All right, sweet. What's that? I'm on YouTube here. Yeah, so I'm learning how to become a creature of the streets. It takes time. Doesn't happen right away. I'm sort of easing my way into it, just like we all are. We're easing our way back into society, into reopening, into our social relationships, into eating outside. We've all been vaccinated. We've gotten the chip. We've gotten the implant. Whatever they did, whatever the New World Order did, whatever they needed a year to put us all into scared kind of static hibernation, so they could re-engineer society. Uh, to benefit our alien overlords. I see more and more news stories about how there's aliens and aliens have found us. I'm that's possible. You know, you'd think they would have broken through during the Trump era. There was really a time to reach out and help us, you know. That would have been a good fucking moment, I'd say. Now it's like, hey, we kind of got shit under control. The pandemic's over. Fucking, you know, we got money in the bank. Trump's fucking kicked his ass out on the street, kicked him to the curb. Now the fucking aliens, hey guys, hey, where the fuck were you? You could have did us a solid, helped us out. Said we had to live through this bullshit. The rapture, the soft launch of the rapture. Supposedly there's a fertility crisis. There's an article in the New York Times. The top story was about how there's going to be some huge population crash because people aren't having children like they used to. I saw one person say, well, that's poor framing because it's really about women's choice. Now there's birth control. Women have more, you know, access to abortion or, you know, whatever, medication. So they have more choice. They don't just need to have 9 babies or whatever. And they're, you know, they're in the workforce. We're transitioning as a society to a matriarchy or something like that, probably. Guys are just shit. Is it thundering? I seriously think I hear thunder. These fucking weather apps, man, I swear to God. Here comes some beautiful women in beautiful clothes that probably are completely disgusted that I even looked at them. They're probably so sick of men looking at them and being nice to them and catcalling them. Just being pathetic. Oh, you disgust me. How dare you look at me? I don't know. It's like, I think with the sexual expectation that we've been created to want, the sexual desire, I mean, practically everything that's sold to men is sold, you know, and the things that we're talking about body image are media sexual manipulations, exaggerations, utilizing our hormones and which are powerful, you know, our desire to fuck. Or not even, I don't know. I hate that word. I hate to use that word. I'm sorry to use that word. It's always crude. It's always gross. But like, for men, I don't know. I don't know. It's hard. It's a hard process. You know, the percentages are not high. It's like baseball. You know, if you're batting 300, you're a Hall of Famer. You know, it's low. Well, the way I was looking at it is like, you know, it only needs to work once. If you go out at night, all you need is one person to say yes. You know, people can insult you to your face all night, but if you have one person that likes you, that's all it takes. It's hard to look at it that way. That's what's weird about it, is emotionally, I think that you take it very personally as a man. Like, you know, it's not easy to be indifferent to rejection, which is weird. That feels counterintuitive to me. I guess that's how they weed out. I don't feel biologically or genetically inferior. In fact, I feel like I'm probably one of the most genetically valuable people, not to be all like, you know, eugenics or whatever. And I'm not about it, but like, I feel genetic, like my genetic material. Okay, maybe I'm not 5'10" and above, but like my IQ is like Mensa and above. Not to mention, like, I'm fun. I'm interesting to talk to. I'm a great conversationalist. I've got a great life. I get into adventures all the time. I've got a great apartment now. Like, what the fuck? This is it. How could I possibly be getting rejected this much? It's insane. There's no way that these guys are genetically more viable than me. There's no fucking way. You know, I looked into, you know, because you get desperate. You're just looking at Craigslist, you know, how to make money. And one of the ways to do it is to be a sperm donor. They won't even take you unless you're over 5'10" or something, you know. Maybe that's TMI, but that's where we're at. That's where our priorities are at. You know, I think you lose on other qualities. Not everybody, I mean, I don't know. It is what it is. I mean, not everybody needs to be that. What's wrong with being 5'7", 5'8"? It's pretty cool. I don't have any problem with it. The only problem I have with it is that it's just arbitrarily a turnoff, I feel like, for a lot of women. Like, that is stupid as hell. I just think culturally that needs to be reassessed. It's one of my biggest soapbox issues. I'm sure I talk about it ad infinitum. We're closed. He needs his tables. He needs his chairs. All right. Well, maybe I'll move over to the Apple Store. Is that enough for one day? I mean, we've only been on an hour. How do they close a fucking park, man? This is such bullshit. This is some anti-homeless shit. They should just leave the fucking tables and chairs out. Like, what the fuck is going to happen to them? They're heavy. Trying to get into some fun shit. All right, we'll do a tracking shot. Settle down, pal. They're just fucking tables and chairs. All right, well, we'll move over here, I guess. Where can I sit? Should I we'll just keep walking, maybe? Oh, here's a chair. Can I sit there? I guess I could sit on the curb. Well, now there's fucking cars and shit that come through here. What the fuck? There was something I want to mention that I just forgot about. Oh, yeah. I think I had my period a couple days ago. Did I mention that? My friend had this theory that men have periods too. I was just so depressed, like, on Friday. I don't even know why. I was just sad. was like, I think I'm on my period. I think I'm having my period. All right. I'm going to try this. I don't want to sit on this fucking curb if there's. All right, let's try this. This might be too far away, but we'll try it. How that works. This is interesting content, I feel. Now I'm like, live streaming a walk. I'm like a walking blogger. I'd love to be able to walk around the city while I do this, but you need 1,000 subscribers to live stream from a mobile device. So I have 68 subscribers or something like that. 60, maybe not even, like 64 or something. So I'm a long way from. I would totally do that though. I don't know why people don't watch this. I would love to be able to live stream like long walks with my friends. I'd love to have a show that's just like this, but I interview and I talk to people, except we're live streaming as we walk around the city. Like as we're walking through the West Village, as we're walking through, the shore, meatpacking, I'm kind of getting sick of this little plaza, honestly. I think I got to find a new place to stream from. Just aesthetically, I feel like it's kind of tapped out. But it's a nice place to drop in and sign in and check in. And the street used to be closed, so you could sit here no problem. Now it's open, so I'm kind of afraid that... All right. So yeah. Anyway, this girl with the who was tripping. We had a nice, but when you're doing social experiments, that stuff is like, that was nothing. That was like a drop in the pail. That's pretty average for a night where you go out to have an interaction like that, where you can sort of portal, into like a deep kind of energetic moment with somebody, just kind of like on the street. That's not really that unusual. Like any night you go out, let's say you go out 3 or 4 nights a week. One night you're going to have at least 3 or 4 things like that happen to you that are like just super crazy and powerful energetically, and that are totally amazing and like larger than life moments. But the other person just always takes it for granted. I mean, for me, it's like it's so much work to make things like that happen. I don't even know if other people are capable of making things like that happen. Really, for the most part, I'm able to kind of have adventures socially. I would like to continue to do that. I hope that, we don't become socially inhibited to the point that it's not really, admissible to be as free with each other. We police who we talk to, how we talk to them. I do feel a little bit of a relaxed permission. People are a little more open to conversing with strangers, or maybe let's just do this. There we go. That's what I'm trying to. That's part of my wizardry, part of my magic of people's real lives. Connection is unstable. You fuckers. If I could live stream, I would live stream it. Maybe I should do it in this park. I don't know. Maybe I should. It's hard to carry the laptop around and talk to strangers, but I don't know. I'm trying to launch into those sorts of things. I need a new drug, I think. The weed stopped making me high. I need some kind of new drug. Like this girl was tripping yesterday. Like maybe I should get a Washington Square Park when I'm tripping this summer. That would be fun. I don't know. All my heroes, they were able to live in that park and those streets with such abandon. Beatniks, Marlon Brando, whoever. Like I said, Maxwell Bodenheim, Juana Barnes. You name it. Bob. Taylor Meade, Wavy Gravy, Hugh Romney, John Brent, Ted Jones. It'll never be quite like that. It'll never be a community in that way, but we have our own community amongst the modern uber wealthy, the super rich, the new feudalism, the techno feudalism, the dystopia that we currently inhabit, the tech dystopia of super high crystalline highs like Everest or K2. I'm traveling, I'm making money, I'm well educated, I'm well heeled, I'm climbing Mount Kilimanjaro. And then the swampy lows of the provincial Central Ohio, blue collar, opioid crisis, community college, anti-vaxxer, anti-masker, Trump psycho nightmare. It's still there. It's good that they've been disempowered as far as like having control of the government, but it's still fucking there. Who knows, man? Who knows how it's going to next rear its fucking ugly head? The Rock? Could The Rock be the next Trump? It's hard to imagine he would be that vile. I mean, that was what was so bad about Trump. It's just personality-wise, he was kind of uniquely repugnant and traumatized and just psychologically deformed. He was like Richard III or something. It was like having a mad king. It was like having fucking Henry VIII or just some bloodthirsty psychopath. Like The Rock. He might be bad, but I don't know. Depends on how what his agenda would be, I guess. Who's going to be calling the shots for The Rock? Is he going to be an oil alcoholic? Is he going to be some super Israel? I know he's a Republican, but so are most fucking dumbass Americans in the dumbass, gerrymandered regions of this country. Like Ohio's a red state. I was thinking about that. I'm probably one of the few fucking people I know that was in a red goddamn state during the pandemic. Like, how fucking insane. How dumb do you have to be? In Ohio right now, they're doing a lottery. They're giving away $1 million to 5 different people who get the vaccine randomly in efforts to help promote it and get people to take it, because they won't take it because there's so much anti-vax, anti-science, anti-doctor, anti-New World Order, anti-globalist, So they literally have to turn it into a fucking lottery. I don't, as far as I know, they haven't done this in any other state where it's a sweepstakes. Like, is that taxpayer money? Seriously? There's no way that's taxpayer money. They're taking $5 million of taxpayer money and giving it away like it's a fucking PlayStation 5 to random people who are willing to take the vaccine. Like, those people are fucked. It's already like a fucking Thunderdome. Like, the lotto is a big thing in Ohio, and this is like a very lotto. It like, even the way they're advertising it and shit, it looked like the Ohio Lotto. Get the vaccine. Hey, you could win $1 million. It's the Powerball. I never want to go back. That's for sure. In fact, I think I'm going to go and get the rest of my shit and bring it here. And now I'll actually have, out of my dad's garage, I have things that I've stored in my dad's garage since like I moved to New York, or since 2012 or something, you know, because it's just like, what's more reliable than your parents' house that they own to store your shit? And I'm thinking I should go get all of it, bring it here. And then who knows what the next thing is going to be. I hope I get launched into the economic stratosphere and I can finally like afford my own life. That's my far-fetched dream. To become a smash YouTuber, social media sensation, and be able to afford healthcare. You know, I think this is another thing that's made people anti-vaxxers. It's just like there's such distrust and unfamiliarity with the healthcare system because we don't have public healthcare. So people just like, they don't trust doctors. The American pioneer spirit is, I got sick and I never missed a day's work in 40 years until I retired. I never once missed a day's work. If I got sick, I'd just go to work. You know, or if you get sick, this is what Michael Ollie said his parents. Get up, do some exercise, have some breakfast, go to work. You'll feel better. If you're sick, get up, go to work. You'll feel great. You'll feel a lot better. I couldn't imagine worse advice. Like, that's the American fucking pioneer spirit right there. And that's the anti-vaxxer spirit. Oh, I look like I'm in LA. Because these people are awkwardly kind of sitting there in their car listening to me. What's up? I'm on YouTube. Yeah, I'm live streaming. Yeah, I'm on live. Yeah. Yeah. So you can follow me. It's Scenes from a Life, if you want to look it up. I'm out here YouTubing a few times a week. Have it. Yeah. Check it out. Have a nice day. Isn't it exciting to be a YouTuber? See? It's just like we're on the cutting edge here. We've always been on the cutting edge. I was on YouTube on the ground floor. I was in it when it started. My YouTube account is 15 years old. See? The magic. The magic of New York. The magic of... You can talk to anybody. Anything can happen. They're not going to follow me. They're not going to subscribe. I need to catch your name. Scenes from a Life. I probably need to... I don't think I can start a new account because I just have fucking such brand loyalty. I don't want to lose the 64 subscribers I have. I need new fucking That's what I needed to do. I need to make new thumbnails for my old videos so people actually watch them. Or just make better videos, I guess. That too. This is the beginning. Everything up now, I've been kind of in rehearsal, getting my equipment together, getting the vaccine, getting my shit, getting the tech, getting Final Cut. Speaking of which, I need a fucking word processing program. Is there any fucking word processing program that isn't in the goddamn cloud? Like, I just want to download a fucking Microsoft Word or a Microsoft Office or a ClarisWorks or an Apple Works. There's got to be an open source fucking word processing thing that's not cloud-based. It's just unbelievable. They want ownership of everything. And the cloud is not more convenient. Like, I'll take care of my own files. Thank you very much. So we're wrapping up. We're on 20%. Thank you for watching. Like I said, we got some new prepared episodes premiering. Make sure you hit like and subscribe and all of that. I don't know. Should I create a Frankly Fabulous account, I guess? Should I rename it Frankly Fabulous? That might catch on. I need a total rebrand. I need some new graphic design. I don't know. Can I just pay them? How much would it cost to get some views? YouTube, how much do I have to pay? Whose dick do I got to suck to get a better placement in the algorithm? I feel like my Twitter impressions have gone down a lot too. I used to get pretty regularly at least 80, but usually about 100 impressions on anything I tweet, because I have 300 followers. And I think a lot of them, I'd say at least 50 of them are pretty solid, if not more. Maybe even 80 or 100 of them are pretty okay. People I actually know, people that actually use Twitter, people who might know who I am. And yet my tweets get seen by like 20, 30, 40 people, 50 people maybe, like 48. I'll get 48 impressions. And then like, what the fuck is a detail expand? Who does that? You click other people's tweets to like detail expand them? I don't do that. I don't read anybody's tweets but my own. Look at that. Beautiful meat packing. Here we are in lovely meat packing. My favorite place on earth. Where it's impossible to pack meat. There's no meat packing that happens here at all anymore. Oh, they've got the new iMacs. They've got these super thin iMacs that you can't get a fucking word processing program on because they don't want you to word process. They want everything to be video. They don't want you to print anything. They want everything on the fucking screen. They want it to be a PDF or a Google Doc, something you can share. They don't want any kind of paper at all. Printers. I guess printing ink is one of the most expensive liquids in the world. It's more expensive than human blood. That seems fucked up to me. Like, printing should be ubiquitous. But it's material. Nothing is material anymore. Everything is virtual. Including me. Including Frankly Fabulous. Here on Club Fabulous. Thank you to the people who are watching. If you are watching, I do appreciate it. You can Venmo me at Shoyish. Send me money so I can buy drugs, so I can make better shows. Send me drugs so I can make better shows. Send me your phone number if you're a woman, which I doubt that you are, because women, my sensibility just it's a huge turnoff to women. They don't like complainy, low vibration, whiny, funny, nebbishy, neurotic. I don't get it. I'm like a human radio. I'm an entertainment machine. I'm a content machine. You think women would be all about this? I don't get it. I guess I need hotter selfies. I need to take hotter selfies. I need a better phone. Pete Davidson. I think a lot of people are just into him because he photographs well in certain circumstances. And then I think the fact that he's gross in person also helps. Because you can look at pictures of him and be like, oh my God, he's so hot. But then when he's in person, he's tall and he's like gross. And you're like, ew, gross. It's so sexy. How he's not like conventionally hot. Me, I'm just sexy and short. Not short, but, you know, I'm average size. I'm 5'8". Fantastic personality and super good looking. So women run screaming. They want a sociopath. They want somebody's going to torture them emotionally. So I'm gonna text this Don DeLillo girl back. Hopefully that's my next thing. I feel like I didn't do the acid girl story justice because it was a whole thing, but I just told the whole story already earlier. Later, when I was in Washington Square Park, I was coming up Thompson, and there was all these fucking people. It was another thing with like the crowd, where just there was like this huge crowd of people making this like, you know, like mob. You know, it was like the draft riots or something. You know, and it's all echoing off off the buildings and shit just south of Washington Square because they kettled everybody at like, I don't think it was even midnight. I think it was 11 or something. They closed the park. And the cops come in with fucking, you know, their big goddamn, you know, megaphones and shit. Their electronic, you know, doom soldier, police state shit, sound cannons and all of that stuff with the pre-recorded message. And they literally fucking stormtroopered everybody out like fucking Potemkin, like the Odessa Steps. I mean, you know, not with real guns or anything, but so everybody was like flushed out of the park at like 11. I don't even know why. I'm not sure why they did this. To me, it's Washington Square Park. It should be open all the fucking time. You should be able to go there at 4 a.m. Like, why the fuck not? Why is it closed? This makes no sense to me. It's an emblem of freedom and creativity and bohemia in this goddamn country. New York City should be all about that. You know, New York City is supposed to be a free place full of wild people who party all the time. It shouldn't be so uptight and fucking like everybody's babysitting themselves. Everybody keeps such watchful eye over themselves, so they have to get fucking wasted to have any fun or let loose at all. And give themselves permission. The only way they can give themselves permission to have fun and do what they want to do is, oh, I was drunk. I got wasted. Me, I smoke weed all the time, and my whole life is an adventure, and I'm a fucking loser. I'm a dirtbag. I'm the bottom rung of society. It ain't right. Google. I am your Ferris Bueller. We're gonna have a day off. You're skipping school. We're calling in sick. We're singing karaoke. We're doing drugs. We're driving around in your dad's fucking Tesla. We're stealing Larry and Sergey's blimp, their Hindenburg, their Google X experiments, their secret human. We're taking it for a spin. It's all on them. It's on their expense account. I guess, you know, your average professional job before, hey, China King, thank you for watching. You're beautiful. Thank you. That's so meaningful. Thank you for your beautiful heart. Your wonderful comment. I'm here in Meatpacking District. I shaved. No one's ever called me beautiful on my live stream until I shaved. There you go. See? I need to do these dates over. But Google, I'm going to free you. I'm going to free you. Just like John Barrow. What's that guy? John Barley Barrow. That's me. That's my billboard right there. That's Frankly Fabulous. That's an advertisement for my new fragrance. Oh, China King. Thank you. This is the best comment I've ever had. This is the best stream I've ever had. My computer's dying. I'm only on 14%. But yeah, that's my billboard for my new Fabulous fragrance. Je ne sais quoi by Fabulous. Yeah, this is my Times Square. This is my little Times Square here. Live in Manhattan. Where are you, China King? Are you in China or That's cool. That'd be awesome. I'd love to be talking to somebody on the other side of the world. But wherever you are, I hope you're having a great night. With your Cavalier jewelry. I know I am. It's beautiful. It's kind of mellowed out. I think I'll go on another adventure tonight. Maybe I'll go back to Washington Square. So yeah, they kettled everybody from Washington Square Park down to Tompkins Street, and it was the same thing where like at certain points people would just start running. All of a sudden the crowd would just like start running, and I'm like, oh my god, is this going to be a human stampede? Like, is this going to be like what's going on? Is this unusual or is this normal for like? One of these protests. Is there a protest? I couldn't even tell what the fuck was going on. But subscribe. Yeah. Who's Casey? I'm going to check out Casey Neistat. Let's look him up right now. I could be the next Casey Neistat. Fuck yeah. God willing. Inshallah. Oh, here he is. New Yorker. Founder of Beam, later acquired by CNN. Okay. Hi, I live in New York City and love YouTube. Sick. He's a YouTube personality, founded 368, kind of an interesting looking guy. He lived in a trailer park before moving to New York. Nice. I can admire that. He is older than me. He's 40, so there's hope. I'm a geriatric millennial, I guess. He's a vlogger, very entertaining. Shit, yeah. I'll check him out. Science experiments, iPod's dirty secret. YouTube. Huh, okay. Wow, looks interesting. He sees his vlogs as a forum as opposed to a daily journal. Okay. Short films. Snowboarding in the... that sounds fun. Couples therapy. He did... Oh, God, he's a Tim Ferriss guy. All right, he supported Hillary. All right, well, if he supported Hillary, he's good in my book. I'll have to check some of his videos out. Thanks for the recommendation, China King. Yeah, check out some of my other videos. I got some hot premieres coming up tomorrow night and Tuesday. We'll be out here enjoying the summer, New York, cracking the city wide open, getting back to, the juice, sucking the marrow out of life after being bottled up in our rooms for a year, being in my mom's house in a fucking red state. We're free. We're liberated. Now we have to liberate ourselves. We have to save the planet. That's an important thing on our to-do list. And the pandemic, I don't know. We got to stop the machine. The pandemic was good at that. But now the machine's starting again. So what do we do? How can I be on YouTube? How can I live? It was so much easier to live on YouTube when we were forced into our own homes. Was that part of the conspiracy to enrich Amazon and Netflix? But I think Netflix is almost done. I think they've really fucked their brand with their bad content and their shit content. But frankly, Fabulous's brand is ascendant. We live in a freelance economy. It's only going to continue. You got to influence or die. It's that simple. Get followers or get fucked, because how you going to eat? How you going to eat? It's all about who follows you. It's a cult of personality. Everybody who doesn't follow me back can burn in hell. One day they will be burning in hell. The people who I follow on Twitter who don't follow me back. Thank you, China King. You're the greatest. We're changing the world. I think so. I think we're putting out great positivity, great ideas. People will discover it. You know, we're getting our shit together one step at a time. I think we're seeing that materialize through this extended montage of live streams, this slow motion montage, this what are those aging videos, you know, where they do those like aging montages where you take a picture every day. If you watch my videos, it's like a real-time version of that. Go back, watch my scenes from my life, watch my dating adventures. What's more fun and adventurous and harmless? I mean, dating is fucking harmless. Maybe for women, I don't know. They've had experiences where it's not that way. There's more consequences. But I think it's just taken so seriously. Like, let's just have fun for Christ's sake. Let's people have been a little bit more given over to fun and just spontaneity and having great dates. Let's make that continue. Let's enjoy each other's company. The night is young. We're alive. We're influencers. Microdosing. I'm microdosing my own influence. Thank you, China King. I'm on 9% battery, so I got to kind of wrap it up here. Let me give you a big 360. Just see the whole environment here. The panorama. There's the Apple Store. Have a great night. Thank you for watching. It's a Frankly Fabulous show. Hit like, hit subscribe. Stay tuned for my premieres. Got some exciting new camera technologies that's really going to revolutionize. Thank you, China King. I'm going to charge it. I'm going to charge that bat. I'm going to go home right now and do it so I can deliver more great content to all the Frankly Fabulous out there. The FLFs, the Fliff Nighters, the High Lifers, the poets, the troubadours, the real ones, the human beings, the people who aren't automated, the people who aren't drones, the people who aren't on airplane mode, the people who are LinkedIn, who are connected, who are present, who are creators, who are artists. One thing, the girl who was on acid, she's like, the first thing she said to me, "Are you an artist?" She could tell. I had the patina of the artist because I've lived it, because I've earned it, because I've been doing it for a decade, because I've been creating, because I've been collaging, because I've been combining color, imagination, emotion, energy, feeling, music, sound, word, language, idea, thought, beauty. Are you an artist? We can all be artists. There's no elitism. If you want to be a writer, write your book. Steve, my friend in Ohio, write your book. You're a great writer. The world needs your novel. It doesn't need to be some top-down New York. Oh, are you being published by, Scribner's? Are you being published by Knopf? Or FSG? Fuck that. You're a writer. You write. You can make great stuff. Anybody can. Talent is just about, if you're like an oblivious dumbass of a person, it's probably going to be hard for you to come up with something original and good. But if you're a conscientious, caring, nice, smart, sensitive listener, you absolutely are capable of ultimate greatness. That's what Frankly Fabulous preaches here on the streets to the New Yorkers, the Manhattanites. We all have greatness. We are all, and it's not about ego, and it's not about followers and Instagram and all of the bullshit. It's about, all right, my battery's dying. Do it. Not some lame garage band recording project. Put the roll back in rock and roll, Put the sweetness, put the fun back in it. That's our job, is to make it good, make it fun, make it have value, which is what I do. China King, you are a king. Thank you for your positivity. Thank you for your blessing. I feel blessed. I feel like this is really going to launch me into the YouTube fucking stratosphere like Casey Neistat. Frankly Fabulous is the next Casey Neistat. This woman is getting her picture taken. I'm just going to show you a little bit of that. Because I'm a lifestyle vlogger. And that's what I care about, and that's who I am. Good night, everybody. Thank you. That was my TikTok dance.